What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be working on new responsive web design at freecodecamp.com, and we're going to be learning the basic CSS by building a cafe menu. So let's go ahead and jump into it. This is what we're going to be building. So let's start. As you learned in the last few steps of the Cat Photo app, there is a basic structure needed to start building your web page. Add the doc type, typing in the search bar. HTML tag and an HTML element with a lang attribute of English. So HTML lang equals English. I think we gotta close that. You should have a closing HTML tag. That's what I thought. Okay, congratulations. Add a head element within the HTML element. So head add a head element within the HTML element, so you can add a title element. Title element should be cafe menu. I need to read the whole thing. Congratulations. Okay, the title is one of several elements that provide extra information not visible on the web page, but it is useful for search engines or how the page gets displayed. Inside the head element, nest a meta element with an attribute named charset. Okay, so I don't think it needs to be any specific place, but we're going to do charset equal to UTF-8 to tell the browser how to encode characters for the page. Note that meta elements are self-closing. Okay. To prepare to create some actual content, add a body element below the head element. The name of the cafe is Camper Cafe. Add an H1 element within your body element. H1. Give it the name of the cafe in capitalized letters to make it stand out. So we're going to do Camper Cafe. Okay. To let visitors know the cafe was founded in 2020, add a P element below the H1 element with the text established 2020. Okay. Close our P element. I know we're having a little bit of lag here. Since the P element added in the previous step, oh no, out of memory. Since the P element added in the previous step provides supplemental information about the cafe, nest both the H1 and P elements inside in a header element. So we're going to do header and then /header. Okay. It's time to add some menu content. Add a main element below the existing header element. It will eventually contain pricing information about coffee and desserts offered by the cafe. So we're going to do main and then /main. There will be two sections on the menu, one for coffees and one for desserts. Add a section element within the main element so you have a place to put all the coffees available. So section okay, ask me later. Create an H2 element in the section element. Give it the text coffee. Up until now, you have been limited regarding the presentation and appearance of the content you create. To start taking control, add a style element within the head element. So we're going to do, within the head element. So here we're going to do style and /style. You can add style to an element by specifying it in the style element and setting a property for it like this. Center your H1 element by setting its text align property to the value center. So we got style, and we're going to put H1 curly brackets, and we're going to put text align center. Awesome. Congratulations. Submit and go next. In the previous step, you used a type selector to style the H1 element. Go ahead and center the H2 and P elements with a new type selector for each one. So we need to do H2, curly brackets, text align, center, and then we need to go P, text align, center. Okay, you now have 3 type selectors with the exact same styling. You can add the same group of styles to many elements by creating a list of selectors. Each selector is separated with commas like this. Delete the 3 existing type selectors and replace them with one selector. Okay, so we're going to delete these 3. Alright, and then we're going to do selector. Oh wait, no. We need to do H1, P, H2, P. And then we're going to do curly brackets. And then we're going to do text align center. And that did all of them. You have styled 3 elements by writing CSS inside the style tags. This works, but since there will be many more styles, it's best to put all the styles in a separate file and link to it. We have created a separate style.css file for you and switched the editor view to that file. You can change between files with the tabs at the top of the editor. Nice. We start by rewriting the styles you have created into the styles.css file. Make sure to include the opening and closing style tags. Okay, so style, and closing style tags. And we did H1, H2, paragraph, curly Q, text align, center. Is that all we did? Style. Yeah, that's all we did. Check your code. Your code does not pass. Your code should not contain the style tags. Make sure to, exclude, not include. I thought it said include. Okay. Now that you have the CSS and the styles.css file, go ahead and remove the style element and all of its content. Once it's removed, the text that was centered will shift back to the left. Alright, so in here we need to remove all of this. And check. Okay. Now you need to link the styles.css file so that styles will be applied again. Nest a self-closing link element in the head element. Okay, link. Give it the rel attribute, style sheet, and a href attribute value, href styles.css, and put it back. For the styling of the page to look similar on mobile, as it does on desktop or laptop, you need to add a meta element with a special content attribute. Add the following within the head element. Okay, we're going to add meta The text is centered again, so the link to the CSS file is working. Add another style to the file that changes the background color property to brown for the body element. So we're going to go down here, we're going to do body, and we're going to do background color, and we're going to change it to brown. Perfect. The brown background makes it hard to read the text. Change the body element's background color to burly wood so it has some color but you're still able to read the text. So this is going to be burly wood. Okay. The div element is used mainly for design layout purposes, unlike the other content elements you have used so far. Add a div element inside the body element, and then move all the other elements inside the new div. So add a div inside the body element, div, and add all other elements inside the body element. Okay, so /div. The goal now is to make the div not take up the entire width of the page. The CSS width property is perfect for this. Create a new type selector in the style sheet that gives your div element a width of 300 pixels. So we're going to div, and we're going to do curly bracket, and we're going to give it width width 300 pixels. Comments in CSS look like this. In your style sheet, comment out the line containing the background color property and value so you can see the effect of only styling div element. This will make the background white again. So we're going to do this. Comment here. You should comment out the background color line. Is that not what I did? Comment here. Is that telling me to do the right thing? I'm sure it is. Body, background color. You should comment out the background color. Okay, how do I comment out just that? Oh, I guess I have to go above the body, maybe? No. Oh, I see what I gotta do. Alright. I completely misunderstood. So slash this, and then afterwards we do this slash. There we go. That took me a second. Now use the existing div selector to set the background color of the div element to burly wood. Alright, so we're going to do background color burly wood. Now it's easy to see that the text is centered inside the div element. Currently, the width of the div element is specified in pixels. Change the width property's value to 80% to make it 80% the width of its parent body. So 80%. Okay. Next, you want to center the div horizontally. You can do this by setting its margin left and margin right properties to auto. So margin left, auto, margin right, auto. Using these two margin properties, center the div element within the body element. So far, you have been using type selectors to style elements. A class selector is defined by a name with a dot directly in front of it, like this. Change the existing div selector into a class selector by replacing div with a class named menu. Alright, so we're going to do dot menu. That was it. Alright, to apply the class's styling to the div element, add a class attribute to the div element's opening and tag and set the value to menu. Alright, so div class, class menu. Since the cafe's main product for sale is coffee, you could use an image of coffee beans for the background of the page. Delete the comment and its contents inside the body type selector. Alright. Now add a background image. Image property and set its value to URL. And there we go. We got coffee beans, folks. It's looking good. Time to start adding some menu items. Add an empty article element under the coffee heading. It will contain a flavor and price of each coffee you currently offer. So, article. Okay. Article elements commonly contain multiple elements that have related information. In this case, it will contain a coffee flavor and price for that flavor. Nest two P elements inside your article element. The first one's text should be French vanilla and the second's text should be 3. So P element, French vanilla, P element, $3. Okay. Starting below the existing coffee price pair, add the following coffee and prices using article elements with two nested P elements inside each. As before, the first P element's text should contain the coffee flavor and the second P element should contain the price. Alright, so we're going to go article, P element, caramel macchiato. Then we're going to go P 375. And we're going to go slash article, go to close it, and we're going to open another one. We're going to do P pumpkin helps if I could spell spice. And that's $3.50. And then we're going to close. I'm going to open another one. This is hazelnut. And this is $4. copy this and paste that, and then just change this to mocha, and that is $4.50. Check our code. Nice. The flavors and prices are currently stacked on top of each other and centered with their respective P elements. It would be nice if the flavor was on the left and the price was on the right. Add the class name flavor and the French vanilla P element to the French vanilla P element. So add flavor. Okay, add the class name flavor. You should add the flavor class to your P element. Oh, okay. So I think we should do that over here. No. I feel like that should be here. I do P. No, it's not CSS. Flavor equals French vanilla. You should add the flavor class to your P element. Add the class name class equals flavor, and then delete this. There we go. Okay. Alright, we're at the 23-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and end here, guys, but next time we're going to continue building this cafe menu. But I thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!